All right, we're just gonna pick up where we left off. Sorry about that. Just had to quick emergency, but we good. I was thinking about leaving it on, but nobody watching shit anyway. So we just fixed it in editing.
All right.
Anywho, so we was talking about Lovecraft Country, episode 7, and this was Hippolyta's. Is that how you say her name?
It's the first time I've heard it pronounced that way. I'm so used to saying Hippolyta.
Basically, right. It's the same
but
name.
It's the same name.
It's just a different way of pronouncing it.
On this, they pronounce it Hippolyta.
Right, which is a Greek god, right?
Queen of the Amazons.
Right.
In Greek mythology.
Which that's what's name, Mom?
Yeah.
Wonder Woman, Mama. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, this was if you've been following the show, Atticus' aunt. This is George's wife, Courtney Vance's character, George, Uncle George. He died, as you know, in the second episode. But I said in the book, George didn't die. He didn't. Maybe he didn't die like that. They kind of maybe Courtney Vance couldn't finish or whatever.
The more I hear about the book, the more I want to read it.
Right, and I see the book. The book is not a big, long book. You know, it's like, damn. But so that means you got to add a lot of stuff to get a whole season. But she has been real adamant about finding out what actually happened because she never bought their story from the beginning. You know, about what happened to George, and this was she kind of start looking for her own clues and stuff, and that's what I was like. Hippolyta is actually a more important character than I thought she was going to be. Coming from starting from this from the beginning of the show, I just thought she was just going to be kind of a side character to come in. Oh, you want me to cook something for you or whatever?
Well, I'm getting the idea that this show doesn't really believe in side characters.
What do you mean,
like everyone gets their own arc,
yeah.
And from what I understand, what I've heard, the book is kind of the same way, where it's like, folks, everyone gets their own story in this. It's not just, oh, this is so and so from down the hall. Don't worry about them. You won't see them again. Mm-hmm. If they go through the trouble of introducing somebody, they matter.
Which is actually a good thing when they do this. So they just don't have a person in there and they don't mean nothing.
Right.
They kind of had a character in there, but they end up doing a little bit with him. And the character I was talking about is Tree, which is not it's such a side character.
He's a narrative device.
They wanted him to push something, and it paid off later or whatever.
And who knows? Maybe Tree will get his own episode.
No, we don't need that. His purpose has been served.
Yeah,
his purpose was to basically trying to tell him that his father was gay.
Yeah,
which he didn't get until just now.
Yeah,
and we're gonna talk a little bit about that. So this episode, like I said, was about Hippolyta trying to find what actually happened to George, and she go back to the scene the scene where it all happened.
Yeah,
the lodge or whatever.
Yeah.
I guess that's the actual Lovecraft Country, but no, it's I forgot where it's in Massachusetts.
I think it was Massachusetts.
Yeah, they making these road trips a little quick though.
Yeah,
it's like that. You drove all the way to Massachusetts where they had go through some crap to get there.
Yeah.
And you just got there real quick.
It's fine for somebody to hop a bus from Chicago to St. Louis, but when you're going from Chicago
to
all the way to Massachusetts,
that's a good 12 hours.
Yeah,
and they
shoot up there and shoot right back.
No, you ain't gonna do that. They made it seem like it was a hop, skip, and a jump. That's not.
Nah.
But okay, so she go there and she finds her daughter's little comic. That was her little thing. She just give her dad a comic to read on the road every time he go out on the road. That was like that little thing, a comic that she drew, which kind of cool, sweet. She find a little piece of that, so she's like, I knew it, he was here. So that kind of lead her on to some more investigation or whatever. Yeah. And I didn't know that. I forgot they foreshadowed, they didn't really foreshadow, but they talk about this early on where they showed her with this
The ordering.
yeah, this little with the key and all that. Where did that come from?
That came from the house that Letty bought.
Oh, so she found that.
So what's
she
his
tried
name?
to find
Hiram?
out.
That was his orrery.
Okay, so everything started to connect back to that. And what's going on with Atticus is, well, he's trying to still decipher this page, and he think, and they made it real clear that Letty's pregnant. Yeah. I mean, they made it obvious that she's pregnant, and well, I mean, we know that, but she had a dream that she was actually pregnant, right? I just hope they ain't finna. She just got pregnant though. That's all. I'm like, shouldn't it be like a month or two before she started to show little signs and stuff? I don't know. Maybe I'm not sure how that exactly works.
They like one with this show. It's sometimes hard to judge the passage of time because sometimes
maybe it's been a couple months.
So like I don't know for sure how long it's been because like they do, and I think they take this a bit from the book from what I've heard. Like the book will like handle each story in its own time.
Okay.
You know, so when you're following Ruby, you're following Ruby in her time.
Okay.
You know, so like it could be that it could have just been a couple of weeks. I don't know.
Yeah.
But they do, and again, much like with the road trips, they make this stuff feels like it takes no time at all.
So speaking of that, time and traveling didn't really match up to be. They needed characters to be places, and just because for the story, but it didn't make sense how they got there and how fast they got there.
Yeah.
Excuse me. What I'm saying is, Atticus decided to go to St. Louis to visit a relative to see if they knew where this book could have been, and so he's in St. Louis. Where was they? Where was the?
I don't know if they actually went and said like it was. They just gave the coordinates of the
right.
place.
I'm not sure how close it was.
And I do not do coordinates.
So okay, Hippolyta found the secret to open that orb thing, and then she figured out the coordinates. I mean, she saw the coordinates of whatever machine they had or whatever.
Some observatory.
Right. Okay. And this is the part where it's like, where I was like, I'm calling BS on this. How did Atticus find out about where the location was?
Because Letty found the orrery and she could see the coordinates still on the thing. So I get that he followed the coordinates, but he got there awful quick.
That's my whole thing. My whole thing.
Like I don't know how close this place was between Chicago and St. Louis, but he got there like a couple hours after her, just in time to. Right.
So okay, when she got to the thing, she ran to some couple cops. This is that one police chief or whatever. He's in on the whole order or whatever.
Yeah.
And he had a couple of his guys there, so they got her hemmed up. Atticus come out of nowhere and fight the guys off or whatever. And I'm looking like, okay, I didn't want to see them hurt her, but honestly, where the hell did he come from? So he found these quarters and got there. He made it clear he didn't have a car.
He didn't have a car. There's no way he was able to get a bus to St. Louis.
Right. He's in St. Louis, wherever he was at.
Is. So it's like, I don't know how he got there. You know, maybe he channeled his inner Forrest Gump or something.
No.
I don't know.
So even if he did catch a bus, they're going to let you out right where you need to be. So anyway, they did that, and they did another thing that's they do on stories that's not I don't like. They hit the machine and somehow it turns on. Like she started to turn it on, but they fighting and they hit the machine and it turns on, like magically turns on where it need to be on and stuff. You know, so that's what it takes her kind of like through time. This is kind of like in the story. It kind of goes. I don't know if I'm not even sure if it take her to other dimensions.
I think it's think it's taking her to other Earths. I think
something like that.
Yeah.
But it also let her. So they kind of did. It turned to a big sci-fi. Well, it is a sci-fi. Where basically, I guess they kind of like aliens from the future or something.
Either aliens or some other
other
kind
world,
of
dimension,
being.
people,
Yeah.
whatever. It's interesting.
Biggest fro I've ever seen.
Yeah. Maybe she just see what she, you know what I'm saying, what she
Yeah.
want to see or something. They, you know what I'm saying, where they basically they come to her. It was like, hey, we gonna let you do what you want to do, where you want to go, and she just, I want to be dancing with Josephine Baker. So she ended up dancing with Josephine Baker in the, I guess that was, I don't know what time that was, the 40s or whatever.
Yeah.
And she just going through, and it's kind of a cool little thing. She trying to figure out who she want to be by going through these different kind of life. Actually, it's her, but it's like putting her in different situations in different times or whatever. So she with her dancing, and she kind of stayed there for a while, learned about her life. Then she go to, I guess she go to like a, I think like an African, or was that like an Amazonian?
Well, judging by the look of the uniforms on the soldiers, I would assume Native American or something.
Okay, like they was all female, so
Yeah.
I'm thinking like they was like an Amazon tribe queen or something. Like, did she supposed to be herself, her namesake?
I don't.
You know what I'm saying?
Maybe.
You get what I'm saying,
Maybe.
though?
Yeah.
Right.
But like, I think that this episode does a really good job of handling its premise, which is basically becoming what you are rather than what you think you should be.
Okay.
Because like we get a sense of that with Ruby's story, where she thinks she's found the thing that's going to fix her life. She thinks she's found the ultimate cheat code to get hers.
Yeah.
And then by doing so, she realizes she didn't know what she wanted because she couldn't get anything before.
Right.
You know, her ultimate, like Ruby's ultimate dream was to work in a department store. Because a black girl couldn't work in a department store.
Right. Like
Yeah.
she said that was her dream to sell like the perfume under the counter or whatever.
Yeah. And then with Hippolyta, you get to watch her realize she thought she had everything. She thought she had achieved the dream.
Right.
And the more she looked into it, she realized she didn't really have much of anything.
Well, I think also it was she wanted a lot of stuff, but she gave it up because of the people around her.
Yeah.
That was like, also even for her husband, where she went to one of her when she achieved whatever goal she wanted in whatever life, she'd go to the next life or whatever, and then she went to her old life where being George's wife, and she kind of told him, "I'll let you hold me back too.
Yeah.
You didn't want me to be this and be that because you wanted me to be your wife. I'm not gonna just do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm free to do what I want to do." And that's why I was like, this is kind of a powerful episode, you know.
I mean, this episode is exactly what people mean when they tell you to own your power.
Yeah.
Like, forget everything in your life that's limiting you. Just go straight for what you want.
Right.
Even if it's not something you're comfortable with wanting.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you think you think it's not something someone in your position should have, or someone of your race or creed should have, forget all that.
That was the thing where she's like, oh, well, since I'm a black woman, I can't do this or I can't do that. And they was like, nah, you can do whatever you want to do. You know what I'm saying?
Like, she even has a really great line in the episode of, how can I fit all that I am in the life I used to have?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's a really great line, one, because, you get so used to a situation. And once you grow out of it, you can't fit in it anymore.
Right.
It's like people move out of their parents' houses. They get their own lives, their own livelihoods. You can't just move back into your parents' place.
Right. Yeah.
You've outgrown that situation. And she's gotten to a place where she's spiritually and mentally outgrown the person she used to be.
Right. And that's where I was like, I thought that she wasn't going to be a bigger character, but she's turned out to be an important character to every. And that's what killed me. Everybody got something. If they all talk to each other, they can figure this out. But everybody they are keeping information from each other so much that they cannot achieve their own. If they work together, they can all achieve their goal.
Like everyone's got part of the puzzle, but no one wants to put them together.
Nobody. And it's funny. It's like if y'all just be honest with each other and stop trying to.
Because like I know we were already mad at Montrose because like he's just throwing the answers out the window.
So he got right. He knows some stuff. Ruby knows some stuff. Hippolyta knows some stuff. Atticus and Lady know some stuff. But they all keeping stuff from each other. Now, partly is because they want to keep their loved ones safe by not pull them into it. But they all into it.
Yeah.
And they just won't they won't share no information with each other.
It's one of those weird things. Like, because like you're watching, it's like you watch them do the things they're mad at other people for doing, right? So like Tick and Letty are lying to Hippolyta, but they're mad at Montrose for not being straight with him about what he knows.
Right.
Like they told him straight up, the best way to protect this family is for you to tell us what you know.
Right.
But then they won't tell nobody what they know.
Yeah, right. They're like, she ain't out telling Ruby nothing. Atticus wouldn't tell Hippolyta why he really needed the car, all that stuff. It's just like, it just drives me crazy, the fact that they won't talk to each other. I got the feeling they all going to intersect at some point.
One of my problems is, like, even when it comes to, like, the stuff they're willing to tell each other, they won't be straight with each other about the stuff they can talk about. It's like, there was no reason for Tick not to say, look, it's just I think I might have found another connection to, like, my mom's side of the family.
Yeah.
And, I think that I might actually get to...
see, they trying not to tell her what's going on, but she's figuring it out.
Well, they're so busy not telling her stuff that they're giving her more stuff to look into.
Yeah, right. But, I mean, I guess, that's what makes, the story go around. So, another side point, so Atticus found out that Montrose is gay, and it was kind of like, it's... Montrose, I can't stand that motherfucker. It's like, dude, I feel sorry for his little boyfriend because, like, he just an asshole to him because he mad that he gay, or he mad that he don't want nobody to know he gay, and the dude just like, hey, nobody saw me come in. The dude know, and the dude accepting it, but he still treating him like shit.
Like, he even had to call him out on it. It's like, hey, look, don't take it out on me because you ain't comfortable with us being gay.
He treating the dude like shit, and like, because he don't want nobody to know he gay, but it's like, you treat everybody like crap. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're not a good person.
Like also, you being gay is the least of the things that people gonna hold against you. You an asshole.
But basically, I think the thing is he's that way because he's gay and nobody will accept it.
Like even with Tick, like Tick immediately gleaned on the facts like he beat my ass because he was mad that he was gay.
Yeah.
And so he thought if he could beat it out of his son.
Well, see, that's where his dad used to do to him.
Yeah.
Beat the crap out of him because he was gay, and then he just kind of passed it on to he started beating his son.
And so it's like, that's got to make it worse, right? Getting your ass beat because, like, the person doing it.
You gay?
Like, you was mad about being gay, so you beat me. What the hell?
So, yeah, and tack on... slitting somebody's throat that you just met.
Yeah.
You're not a good person. But anyway, Tick found that out, and, it wasn't too much of a big deal, but it was kind of him figuring out some stuff, why his father's the way he is or whatever. In which we found out that's what Tree was trying to tell him. But anyway, once she got done with that, going through time, did they show her make it out?
We never see her getting out. No.
But we know, so we know the next episode gonna be about her daughter.
Dee,
because they found the little comic. She actually it's kind of crazy, but I was hearing that the book didn't have this in there.
So one thing I wanted to talk about, did you peep the book Tick came out with?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I forgot about that. So it's the book.
It's Lovecraft Country, but it's by George Freeman.
Oh, that's what it said?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see this by George Freeman.
It was Lovecraft Country by George Freeman. So
wow.
like, I'm thinking that's what
figure is going to breaking the fourth wall.
I'm thinking that's what the Book of Names looks like now. Like, I don't know if it's because like we don't know what Tick went through yet.
Right.
You know.
But that book was never written, right?
No, that book did not exist.
Right.
You
So
know.
I was thinking, does it breaking the fourth wall? Is he actually getting the book to the actual world? That's what I'm saying.
Right.
That's crazy.
Right. You know, so like I don't know how that works. You know, I'd love to know if that's a thing that happened in the book. So now I got to read that too.
They gonna have to follow up on that. They cannot not talk about that
Right.
in the next episode.
You know? And so like I can't wait to know what that comes out to. But I do believe that's either like the verbatim book of names, or that's some kind of plot device that's supposed to help lead them there.
I think it's just the actual Lovecraft Country book. For real, they went to this universe, got the book, and went back to
Like the only way it could have been better is if he came back with the script.
Man, so it's a good show, man. And that was episode 7. How many episodes is it gonna be? 10?
I think it's gonna be
12,
like 10.
10
No,
13?
I think I heard like 12 is the number I heard, but I'm not 100 on
Okay.
that.
Sometimes they go from either 13 to 10. So I don't know. That's the problem with you got a short book. The book ain't that big. When I see the
Right.
book, I'm like, it's a small book. So you got to add a lot
Because
to
like
get
the
this
book,
much.
the book is like almost an anthology series.
Yeah, it's kind of like that with different genres.
Yeah.
Okay, that is our review for Lovecraft Country season 1, episode 7. Next week we'll be doing episode 8. I'm gonna have that playlist of all the reviews of this